Hi friends, do you spend hours on newspapers and current affairs and still struggle to crack prelims examination? Guys, in today's master class, I am going to teach you the unique method of covering the current affairs using PYQ linkage. If you use this method while studying current affairs daily from the newspapers or from magazines, I can tell you guys, you can easily sail through the prelims examination next year. Guys, my name is Santosh Pandey. I have the unique distinction of cracking the UPSC Prelims examination 6 out of 6 times with very high scores. And today I am going to teach you a very unique method of study which can boost your score in the prelims like this. Guys, let us start. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to make a prediction for the UPSC Prelims examination. I'm going to make a prediction for the UPSC Prelims examination 2026 using PYQ analysis and current affairs. Okay, I will teach you how to identify out of the entire newspaper which important topics are relevant for the prelims examination, and then how to brainstorm the topic and how to predict themes which can come in next year's prelims examination. So guys, what I'm going to do is that first I'm going to show you the news item from today's newspaper. This is the news item from today's newspaper. You can see here, Keral's maternal mortality rate sharply rises from 18 to 30. This is a very important development. This is a very important development. Guys, you know that MMR, okay, Kerala is one of the states which has the lowest MMR, okay, but there has been sharp rise in MMR in Kerala from 18 to 30. This is a very important development. What are the reasons behind this and how is this topic important for the prelims examination? I am going to show you. Guys, recently in the prelims examination, if you see, UPSC question setters are focusing on this theme of maternal health. You can see here, Anemia Mukt Bharat strategy. There was a question in 2023 prelims examination. Again, in 2023 only, there was a question on Janani Suraksha Yojana. Both of these PYQs are from the theme which is maternal health. Okay, we have to understand what are the themes where UPSC question setters are focusing. So this theme is maternal health. So already they have asked questions on schemes related to maternal health. So what they can ask you next? They can ask you what? They can ask you, first of all, what is the definition of MMR? Second, they can ask you about trends in MMR. Okay, these two things they can ask you. Okay, why? Because already, guys, if you see, UPSC has asked a question. Last year, UPSC has asked a question on total fertility rate. UPSC has asked a question on total fertility rate, and this sharp rise in MMR is related to the decline of TFR, total fertility rate of Kerala. Because the TFR has declined sharply, MMR has increased sharply. How? I am going to explain to you. So what are the two trends which you need to prepare in this? One is, what is MMR? What is the technical definition of MMR? And why is Kerala MMR has risen in the recent years? So guys, what we will do is that we will check the PIB. Okay, PIB, just write PIB and MMR and you will get this article. You can see here, they have explained you first of all what is the meaning of MMR. So MMR is calculated, maternal mortality rate is calculated per 1 lakh live birth. You can see here, per 1 lakh live birth. You can see ones, tens, 100,000, 10,000 lakh. Okay, per 1 lakh live birth, that is what is MMR. Okay, and what is maternal death? What is the definition of maternal death? Maternal death is death of a woman while pregnant or within 42 days of termination of pregnancy. This 42 days is very important, and this 1 lakh live birth is very important. This can be used to frame a question. Guys, I have prepared two questions for you. After finishing this lecture, let me see how many of you are able to answer these two questions. These two questions are from the top 10 predicted questions which I give daily to my prelims mentorship students. Guys, you can see here how we have linked this topic of MMR to the PYQs, and from PYQs how we have traced from the government sources. And guys, you will see here there is a target, there is an SDG target. You can see here there is an SDG target of MMR which is 70 per 1 lakh live births, and states like Kerala, Maharashtra, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, okay, Jharkhand, Gujarat, Karnataka, these states have already achieved this SDG target. These states have already achieved the SDG target. Other states have not achieved yet. What is the SDG target for MMR? 70 per Okay, lakh live births by 2030. This is the SDG target. So they may also ask what is the SDG target for MMR. It is what? It is 70 per lakh live birth. Okay, this is very, very important. Okay, so they can ask you questions on trend of MMR. Trend of MMR. If you see, the trend of MMR has been declining in India, and for states, okay, for states like we have Kerala, Maharashtra, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Jharkhand, Gujarat and Karnataka, already they have achieved the SDG target of 70. Already they have achieved SDG target of 70, but recently states like Kerala, their MMR has increased. Why their MMR has increased? Because the fertility, okay, rates are declining. Okay, this is very, very important, guys. You may expect a question on this. You may expect a question on this. Let us read what the article has to say. You can see here. You can see here. Okay. While acknowledging the rise of probably accounted for 97 maternal deaths that the state reported during COVID, Health Department believe that Kerala's steadily declining rate of live birth is now beginning to reflect in the state's MMR figure. Okay, so number of live births in Kerala is declining. Number of live births in Kerala is declining. That is reflecting in the MMR. That is reflecting in MMR. The ratio is calculated by dividing the number of maternal deaths by the number of live births and multiplying it by 1 lakh. Okay, so the rapid decline in the live birth in the state has been at the center of discussion. Okay, so this is the reason, guys. Now you can see how I have framed a question on this, but before that let me just show you this question on Janni Suraksha was asked from this. You can see steps taken by Government of India to reduce MMR. You can see here from this already 2 questions have been asked. You can see Anemia Mukt Bharat has been asked and Janni Suraksha Yojana has been asked. Now they can ask you what? Pradhan Mantri Matru Vandana Yojana. They can ask you this, or they can ask you this Surakshit Matritva Ashvasan, or they can ask you this Janani Shishu Suraksha Karyakram, or they can ask you about Lakshya. Okay, or they can ask you about Pradhan Mantri Surakshit Matritva Abhiyan. Okay, so all these schemes you need to prepare. Okay, you see how we have linked the PYQ with this. How we have linked the PYQ with this. Guys, I have framed question. You can see every day I give 10 most important questions for the UPSC Prelims examination by analyzing the PYQs and the current affairs, and you can see how I have framed the question. You can see this question. Let me see how many of you can answer this question. I'm giving you 1 minute. Let me see how many of you can answer this question. So you answer this question in the comment box. Please do answer this question in the comment box. Okay, and you can answer this question also. Let me see how many of you are able to answer this question. Again, give the answer in the comment box. Okay, give the answer in the comment box. Let me see how many of you are able to answer this question. Okay, guys, so like this I am analyzing the current affairs with the PYQs and I am framing questions regularly. Guys, please do solve these top 10 most important questions every day. If you solve these 10 questions, you will not only master the current affairs, you will also master the PYQs. Only those current affairs I am targeting where UPSC has already asked PYQs. Okay, guys, so this is a very important initiative. Please do follow it. The link is given in the description. Thank you, guys. Bye bye. Take care.